Welcome to the Cellercise family. It's been an interesting summer, lots of activities for lots of people. We have Brooklyn sitting behind the screen. I want to thank all of you for participating and thank so many of you for sharing this message. It's making a difference in the lives of so many people. You should be so pleased with yourselves for sharing it. I am so grateful, and it's an honor to be able to speak with so many of you and talk to you about the benefits of Cellercise, how it works, how you can achieve the results you're looking for, and then having you share those results back with me. I want to thank the doctors who are participating and who jump in from time to time to share some insights or experiences as well. So thank you. I'm just getting ready to put the balance bar on. I figure I'd go ahead and wait and let you see how we do it. It's really pretty simple. This is the Streamline balance bar, and I just take those two rubber feet off, grab the balance bar, slide it on, and then I just tilt it like that. I grab the actual bar, pull the bar up so the leg's exposed, and I just put the leg back on. And we're ready to begin. Okay, so tonight, get your Cellercisers ready because we are going to work on the knees. We've had lots of requests about knees, and we've got some really good routines already on the Mr. Rebounder app for knees, and they're great. But we thought we'd do another one to help you strengthen them more. So we're adding a little more variety and some techniques there. So if you have questions, please write your questions down. Brooklyn has been a traveling nurse. She's been all over the country. She's back with us tonight, and she's here to help answer questions and make sure I answer some of those questions correctly as well. So thanks for being here, Brooklyn. Let's go over some reviews, some questions, and then we're going to do a little, it's a little less than 16-minute routine, all designed to really focus on, it'll help with weight loss, but it also focuses on strengthening and increasing flexibility in the knee area itself. So Jackie writes, this is a new review, says, I've had my Cellerciser for approximately 12 years, and just this past week, just 12 years, just this past week, one of the springs broke for the first time. Let me say that again. 12 years of daily use without a single problem until last week. I can't think of any household item that is used daily for its intended purpose and goes 12 years without needing maintenance. I've never experienced any knee or joint pain from the use of the Cellerciser. And this is coming from someone who broke their knees in high school. I cannot recommend this enough. I use it daily for cardio and muscle building and have not been disappointed. Make the purchase. You won't regret it. Jackie, thank you so much. Really, really appreciate that. My trifold Cellerciser I've had for over 20 years, and no one in my family, siblings, cousins, grandkids, no one has ever broken one of our springs. So generally speaking, the only way a spring on a Cellerciser breaks is when somebody lands on top of it. If they're doing jumping jacks and landing on the spring, or they're jumping too high and land on the spring, that can fracture a spring, and the spring can break. Now, I teach glorified techniques, so you never have to land on a spring. And on the jumping jack, you've seen me do it. It's just, instead of going in and out like this, we just kick our legs out one at a time. It's more effective for leveraging weight right here. And then you can do the baby bounce and just move your arms up and down over your head. It's going to be more benefit, and you're going to stay away from landing on top of a spring. Ann writes, I put on some music and tell myself I only need to jump for one song each day. It always ends up being more. That's a great principle. I tell people, if you can't do any more than 2 to 3 minutes on a Cellerciser, Get on it for those 2 to 3 minutes every day. Break up the sticky blood cells. Open up the circulatory channels. Get the lymphatic system pumping. Stimulate the thyroid, the adrenals, the endocrine system. It's the wake-up call every morning. When your body is functioning better, you're going to feel better. And that's what she's doing. And after those first 2 to 3 minutes, you feel like a different person anyway. And that's when you say, oh, I think I'm going to keep doing this for a while. But those first 2 to 3 minutes are critical. I love my Cellerciser. The results are amazing. Plus, no commute time to a gym, no community germs. And I can turn the music up as loud as I want. Thank you, Dave. Thank you, Ann. I appreciate that very much. And, you know, as far as convenience, I often say the Cellerciser, it's fun. Why work out when you can play in? We will watch a show on television, play the Mr. Rebounder app, watch the show, and the time just flies by. It dings in between each movement, as you know, and then you're just enjoying the show. So why work out when you can play in? I encourage people to become a Cellercise potato every night for just a short period of time. Find a show you like or a series. Watch that show while you Cellercise. The time flies by. You're enjoying yourself. You're enjoying the show. Your body's getting all the benefits. And you're right. It's fun. It's easy. Everybody pretty much do it. You have different approaches. It's efficient. You're not lifting weight away from gravity with one muscle. You're doing it on every single muscle by increasing the weight of gravity. And the cells don't know the difference. They're going to get stronger. It's convenient. You don't have to change your clothes. If you don't want to, kick off your shoes and play on the Cellerciser. You don't have to change your clothes. You have to drive off somewhere else. It's convenient. It's economical. This is one-time investment for a lifetime of benefit. So it's something that we have people that have been using it for over 25 years. Some of them are in their 90s and 100s now, and they still call to say thank you. They're still enjoying life, and they're still very active. It's safe. It can be used by kids of all ages. All right. There we go. Brenda writes, I just wanted to tell you what a blessing the Cellerciser is to me. I got it on December 29th and have been using it daily ever since. I had a bungee cord rebounder before and it was working well, but after listening to you, I felt led to invest in the Cellerciser because it is an investment in my health and well-being. I will have it for the rest of my life without the worry of having to replace it. I'm 66 years old and have had no problem transitioning to the Cellerciser. I Cellercise every morning first thing. I was concerned it might bother my knees because of the springs, but it hasn't at all. I couldn't be happier. In fact, since I started rebounding and Cellercising following your beginner routine, I have lost 50 plus pounds and countless inches. I have now purchased the app and have set up my own routine on that, and I'm loving it as well. Also, my husband, who had a stroke 10 years ago and lost the use of his right arm and has to wear a brace on his right leg and walk with a cane, is now getting on the Cellerciser to do just the baby bounce for 15 minutes daily. Good for you. I can't begin to tell you how wonderful this is to see him doing that because he wasn't doing anything at all for years. He had a bad fall this past November and couldn't walk for almost a month. We had physical therapy coming into our home for his therapy, and I asked them about getting on the rebounder and then Cellercising once I got the Cellerciser. They both thought it would be a tremendous help to him. So he started doing that. It's a miracle, is all I can say, because he is really loving it. I see nothing but good things to come from both of us since we have the Cellerciser. The Lord is good, and I know that he led me to watch you on YouTube and then to purchase the Cellerciser. Thank you for being so kind and talking with me on the phone and even calling me again. You're a blessing. And thank you so much, Brenda. You're a blessing to all of us too. Connie writes, I just wanted to take a moment to let you know how happy we are that we made the decision to purchase the Cellerciser. It's been a life-changing experience for our family. We purchased the Cellerciser in December of 2021 for Christmas for our teenage son. He is not a sports kid, and he was struggling to find meaningful and consistent ways to get in daily exercise. At that time, we had been told by his doctor that he was a little overweight and needed to drop some of his excess weight. My son was excited when he opened up the gift, but little did we know at the time how important this would be for his overall health. Not a day goes by when he does not use it. Sometimes he just bounces while he watches a movie or a show. Other times he has music on his phone and he bounces to the beat. He really has never taken to any routine, but just enjoys bouncing. It seems so natural. Babies do it the moment they're in a crib. We all bounce. Well, fast forward to about a week ago when I noticed he really looked like he had grown in height. I measured him, but saw only about a 1/4 inch difference in height since our last time measuring. But what he did tell me was that between that time and now, he has lost over 30 pounds. He is trimmed down. He says he is trimmed down over one dress size, one size, and is in much better physical shape than he has ever been. All right. Now I can say yes when the doctor asks if he is getting daily exercise. So thank you so much, and for such a wonderful product. Our family is so grateful. And Connie, we're so grateful for you for sharing that. Thank you very much. I hope you appreciate these reviews. I do. And I want to encourage all of you, many of you, have a story to share that's going to be an influence to others. We want to encourage you. Please write that story down. You can go to our website right now to our customer review page, and you can type in the customer review page. It has a box where you can just type some thoughts and share them with us. So we appreciate what you do. Cynthia writes, "It was so wonderful to talk with you today. I hope this is okay for a testimonial. I tried to be clear and concise. I could definitely go on and on raving about the Cellerciser." Lots of laugh out loud exclamation point. "Let me know if you need anything else. We just ordered our new Cellerciser. We can't wait to get it. I want to share a bit of my story to encourage anyone who might be questioning the effectiveness of the Cellerciser. Last December, I decided to get a body scan to find out the status of my lean body mass. After the scan, I was told by my practitioner I definitely needed to increase my skeletal muscle mass, especially my core strength, because it was in the red. I decided to incorporate Cellerciser workouts along with my daily walking. When I went back for a follow-up scan 13 weeks later, I was shocked to find out I had gained 2.3 pounds of core muscle. I shouldn't have been surprised. I definitely felt stronger. My chronic low back pain was gone. The doctor also identified that I had lost fat in my leg muscles. I have lymphedema, and it's amazing what Cellercising has done for the composition of my legs. The icing on the cake is seeing the improvement in my loose skin. After losing nearly 100 pounds, I have plenty of loose skin. Since I have begun regularly Cellercising, it has improved! Exclamation points. All I am doing is Cellercising and walking. I can't wait to continue to see and feel the daily benefits. We are adding a second Cellerciser to our home because my husband and 5 children all Cellercise daily too. I am so blessed we are able to have fun while strengthening our bodies and improving our health. I truly believe the Cellerciser is not only a tremendously effective way to exercise, but also appreciate that it's constructed to last a lifetime. Dave, I can't thank you enough for not only creating a fantastic product, but for running your business with heart and soul. Thank you. Thank you, Cynthia. Those comments make a difference. All right, any questions, Brooklyn?
What helps with a prednisone bloated stomach?
A what?
A prednisone bloated stomach.
A prednisone? What do you mean? Loaded stomach?
Bloated.
I don't get it.
Bloated.
I can't hear you.
Prednisone bloated stomach.
Oh, a bloated stomach?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, the twisting, the motion. Well, we're on the Cellerciser, and we're gently moving up and down, but we do a gentle twist. This gentle twist and this rocking side to side, those movements right there are excellent for helping to improve the overall health, well-being, circulation of the entire digestive system. Any other questions, Ricky? Okay. Is there a walking or slow workout? Yes, on the Mr. Rebounder app, we have beginning, intermediate. You can look at those routines. You'll find those easier. Tonight is going to be a little tougher in some spots, but just go easy on it. Just go easy. And we're going to do some sitting down, standing up, sitting down, standing up. If you can't do the sitting down, just sitting down, standing up, just squat down, stand up, squat down, stand up. And that's still going to be very effective. All right. Please show the movement to support the front and back of the knees. Thank you. I have a Cellerciser. I love it. Those movements right there, that's going to be very helpful for the front and the back, the whole knee, flexibility and strength. So whether you're sitting down all the way and standing up, or just using that balance bar to squat down and stand up, those are going to be great. All right. Elizabeth writes, "Hi, Dave, and thank you for your consistency. I have long-term stress, poor sleep, cortisol is probably involved. I have muscle loss, suddenly old sagging skin. My weight is okay, but I need to transform some kgs into muscles. Due to the situation, I haven't had energy for exercising, so that's, of course, part of the muscle loss. I know stress on this level tears you down, but someday I will come out of this stressful life situation. I'm 57 years old. As you see it, what's the best movements or program to do? Thank you." Okay, so there's a lot of things you can do. The most important is just doing the gentle movement up and down. That's all weight bearing. But what you can do while you're doing the weight bearing is just tense your shoulders, your arms, your chest, your stomach, your legs, your buttocks. Just work your way down and just tense everything and bounce for a few moments and then release it. And then tense it up again. And what that's going to do is it's going to really activate more of the lymphatic pump. It's going to cause the fluid to expel the fluid and then to increase the fluid, expand and release constantly. And that's going to help flush out and increase circulation, get rid of a lot of the stress. The movement up and down, after you've done that, do just the baby health bounce where you're just gently moving up and down. Relax your shoulders, back, and buttocks. Just the opposite now. So instead of tensing and relaxing, we're just going to relax. And that's what we often see a parent do with a baby when a baby is fussy. They put them over their shoulder. I can't stress this one enough. This movement here, where you're at the end of the day, just relax the shoulders. Just do this for about 3 minutes before you go to bed. The body will love it. It'll be grateful to you for it. It will help open up, get rid of the stress and the tension, open up the circulation, the body can relax. So that's a great way to approach that. Okay. Do we need to lift our heels when using the Cellerciser, or is the up and down movement enough? Well, yes and no. The up and down movement it's got its benefits. It's going to work without question. Yes, it's wonderful. I mean, you're pumping that circulation. It's all weight bearing. It's wonderful. When you lift the heels up and down, you work more of the lower extremity, which is the furthest area from the heart. We have a tendency to get edema, swelling, varicose veins, poor circulation down there. So when we're lifting the heels up and down, we're pumping just a little bit, but we're pumping with the calf muscle. So as the calf muscle is flexing and pumping, we're helping to feed that circulation back up toward the heart. You have plenty of resistance on the Cellerciser. It's not too soft that it creates compaction where it builds up that fluid. You have to have resistance, release. Resistance, release. And that's what you get on the Cellerciser. Anything, Brookie? Oh, okay. All right. Vivian writes, I've been doing the power breathing on the Cellerciser and felt really good. However, in the last 2 weeks, I'm finding that my chest feels tight and my breathing is affected. Can you help? You might want to back off a little bit. You could have strained a muscle. It's possible. The breathing techniques, we don't need to do a lot of them. When you're moving up and down, breathing in and out, you're also expanding the muscle, the whole rib cage. And that may also create those issues. I went through some of that myself. So as you're starting off, you might have to back off a little bit. But again, the breathing, big breathing technique is done just like this. When you start doing that, you might feel how that chest just opens up a little bit, but you're expanding those lungs on the front part and the back part of your chest. So that's good. Any bat wing arm exercise ideas for my rebounder? We get that question a lot. And the best techniques, when you're doing the arm curls, you are pulling up and pushing down. So you're working the back of the arms. When you do it in the back, you're moving up and down, pushing just like that. That's also working the muscles. Now the whole Cellercise, the advantage, you're not just doing it on the ground. You're not just doing it with weights. You're putting weight on the skin too. And as you're putting weight on the skin through the movement up and down, the collagen in the skin can actually start to become firmer to compensate, because they're protein fibers too. And they compensate for the increased amount of weight. Can you use this after total knee surgery? Check with your doctor, but most of our customers, yeah, absolutely. Knee surgeries, hip surgeries, shoulder surgeries, back surgeries. There may be limitations. You can consult with your doctor depending upon your particular situation. And I'm more than happy to discuss it with your doctor as well. But Cellercising can help promote and strengthen all the supporting muscle ligaments around the appliance itself and the bone density, which we want to make sure the body maintains. We don't want to lose that. So the movement up and down can help promote osteoblastic activity to help keep your knees in better shape and condition. Abigail writes, would you share some weight loss stories of some folks who strictly did rebounding? We just did. We've shared some really good weight loss stories. I've got I think I shared, I don't know if I shared this one recently or not. There's a good friend of mine, his name is Mel Menitor. He's the cousin of a gentleman named Daniel Brinkley who wrote a book called Saved by the Light. Daniel Brinkley has helped so many people, and so has Mel. Well, I met Mel when I was touring and doing various different trade shows, and I don't even know if he knows this story, but Mel saw me at one of our programs, and he started to use the Cellerciser. Now, when I first met Mel, his stomach was out to here. I mean, he's a big guy. And I remember, I think it was like 6 months later, I was in, I think it was North Carolina, checking into a hotel room. And somebody was on the booth next to me, just down a little ways. And he said, "Hi, Dave." And I waved and I said hi, and I didn't recognize him. So I kept, signing in, but I listened to his voice. And I said, I know that voice. I know that voice. Who is that? Who is that? I looked back and I said, Mel? And it was Mel. He'd lost over 60 pounds in just, less than a year, just on the Cellerciser. And he looked great. And he's been a great influence in the lives of a great many people, really has been, and a good friend. But he's one. We have lots and lots of stories about weight loss. But yeah, and I've got a bunch of them going through my head. Consistency is important. Cellercise is, you've got 75 trillion cells flexing over 100 times a minute, not just a few muscle groups. So that can burn a lot more calories. We can increase the intensity to improve metabolic process, increase our metabolism. We increase the mitochondria as the muscle to fat ratio increases, our metabolism goes up, our ability to lose weight increases, and all we're doing is having fun. I tell people, you don't have to work at it, play at it. Play on the Cellerciser, it automatically works on you. And the more you play on it, generally the better you feel. So, all right, so. Julaine writes, I'm past my 6-week mark after surgery and I can slowly get back into my normal life. I had a double mastectomy with minimal reconstruction. They did take lymph nodes from the right side, so I do have a little bit more pain in my armpit. I'm wondering, what do you recommend to get back to jumping? Maybe start with the health bounce for a while? Yes. Also, did I hear you mention that the trampolines are weatherproof? They're weather resistant. I've had one outside for 18 years. We still use it. It's by our barbecue. And she says, I would never really want to leave mine outside on a regular basis, but if I did take it outside and put a tarp over it, what is your recommendation if it was going to rain? That's not going to hurt it. We've had one Brooklyn barbecue outside, been 18 years. It's still usable. We still use it. We take the spring cover off, but the springs look brand new. As long as it's not near a beach, there's no corrosion at all. Ours looks great. It still works fine. But yeah, you can. Some of our customers have gone to like a PetSmart and they've picked up one of those little round doggy mats and they just put it on top of their Cellerciser outside, and that works too. Laura writes, I take a multivitamin and a mineral that is manufactured in Utah. Would your minerals be a duplication or a missing addition? Depends on what kind of minerals they have. The Cellercise, the solutions, that's a new product we have on our website. We spell it C-E-L-L because it's for cells. U-T for Utah, comes out of the Great Salt Lake of Utah, in ions. So solutions, they're ionic minerals. They're permeable through a cell membrane, immediately available to the cells, and they help communication devices and processes within the body. And very often a lot of the illnesses and weaknesses we get are because we don't have the proper communication devices in our diet, the proper minerals. So solutions is a concentration of nearly 70 minerals that are all natural, and you can just squirt them in the water, take them, and it just helps the body's performance for function. So I don't know as far as what, Laura, what you're taking. I do know that the solutions have been around for many, many years. I've known the owners for almost, well, they've been around for over 50 years in it, and I've known them for probably close to 40. So they're good people, good product, a lot of history. Indians used to use it effectively too. John writes, any non-toxic way to oil the springs? Yeah, you can use essential oil if you want. It doesn't have the same viscosity. The oil we use is a 3-in-1 oil. It's natural. It's all natural oil. It's owned by WD-40, the fish oil company, but it works. As you can hear, our Cellercisers are very quiet. So, all right. Jerry writes, what exercise can be done for osteoporosis? The one that I was sharing earlier is also a good one, where you tighten the body and then bounce. If you tighten the body and then bounce up and down, it's the weight on the skeletal system. You don't have to jump high. You get plenty of resistance on the Cellerciser. If you jump high, you're just floating. When you're closer to the mat, your cells are pumping that many more times per minute, so the intensity is greater. And that can help build that and strengthen that. We've got some great customer reviews you can read. Ann writes, what do you think the impact of Cellercising would have on lowering blood glucose levels and insulin resistance? And if we've got a website, we haven't put a lot into it, but it's called Cellerciser Diabetes Help, HELP.com. And it talks about blood sugar levels. It talks about how they're lowering when they get on the Cellerciser and do some running after eating. It's something you might want to read, some customer reviews on that, because it's been very helpful. The gentle twisting motion, I think, again, is the second most important physical activity I believe everybody can do every day of their life. Get on the Cellerciser and twist. And it's fun, but now you're massaging your liver, kidney, spleen, gallbladder, pancreas, the adrenals, the colon, the intestines, lower back. Tremendous technique. Okay, Sam writes, when you release your book, would you please insist that they write it in the large print? I almost never read anymore because the print of everything is so small and it's annoying and frustrating. Please, I've been waiting for your book for nearly 10 years. Since I first heard you mention it, thank you. Oh, all right. Thank you. And I know I get that from my family too. We've got to get it done. Oh, we're working on it. Brooklyn, anything? No? Okay. All right. Thank you. For those who have your Cellerciser, we're going to get started right now. So I'll tell you a little bit about it. We'll do the health bounce, then the warm-up, hip rock, side to side. Then we're going to do some power breathing to open up our bronchial tubes, lungs, get the oxygen to our bloodstream. We'll do the little twist to kind of warm up all the internal organs. And then we'll start on the knees. So we'll start with the Jamba walk. We're going to do that for a minute and 40 seconds. But if you get tired, that's good. That's fine. That means it's working. Just do the baby bounce in between. And then come back in when you can. Then we'll do the health bounce for 30 seconds, and we'll do the stand and sit. So we're going to go from stand to sit, to stand to sit, to stand to sit. The reason for that is we want to open up the knee. We want to increase flexibility and strength in the knee as well. And then we'll do the Jamba walk for 30 seconds, and then go directly into the ski patrol for a minute and 40 seconds. Then we'll do the warm-up hip rock, side to side. The Jamba walk again for a minute 40, the health bounce for a minute. Then we'll do another stand to sit, and again you can just hold on to the balance bar and just squat down and stand up again. And then we'll do the health bounce. We'll do the Jamba run for another minute, the whippy ski patrol, the health bounce, and we're done. So if you got your units, we're ready to start. And whoop. I'm going to stop. Keep going. I'm going to go back here to the home real quick. And I always forget to do that first. Sorry about that. Go to settings. I'm going to connect the Bluetooth device so I can measure the number of calories and bounces that we do. Connected. Go back to my workouts, to knees. And now we get started again. There we go. Now when you're doing this, if you want, keep going. As you're doing this, tighten your stomach. I mean, it's like doing a sit-up. Your cells are expanding, contracting. You can tighten your buttocks. You can tighten any area of your body you want to kind of focus on, even while you're doing the health bounce, because it's all weight bearing. Okay, the next one's going to be the hip rock. Make that bigger print. 2, 1, and okay. Now on the hip rock, I like to drop the shoulders. Just increase. If you lift your chest up while you're doing it, it helps to elongate all the muscles all along the spine. There's little tricks, kind of rolling your shoulders back a little bit while you do it. Helps with the alignment as well. Power breathing. Okay, twist. Now we're doing great technique. And if you want to work on the waist, you can do that. If you want to work in the hip socket area, you keep your waist straight ahead and you can just do the hip socket. Another 10 seconds. If you want to work the upper back, lift your shoulders up a little, your elbows. All right, here we go. We're going to do the Jamba walk. So this is going to be a little easier than the Jamba run, but it's still intense. So you want to keep your back straight. Don't lean forward. Keep your back straight. That keeps the weight over the thighs, and that's what's really working. And if you get tired, great. Do the baby bounce for a few moments and then come back into it. But we're working on strengthening the thighs and the knees. I'm going a little fast. Okay. And this is excellent. Jamba walk is excellent. And you should be feeling that. And that's a great burn. This is what helps strengthen the thighs and the knees. There's plenty of resistance, so you're going to feel a good support too. How you doing, Brooklyn? Huh? Good? Anything? Oh, okay. If you like the program, please share it with others. We want to increase our exposure, but we also want to get more comments, more people coming in and sharing their experiences with us. All right, 3, 2, 1. Should feel that. Baby bounce. Going to do this for 30 seconds. And again, you can tighten different areas of your body depending on what you want to work on. Okay, next move, stand to sit. All right, so I'm gonna do a bunch of these, but you can just hold on to the bar if you want and squat down and stand up again. If you have the Streamline balance bar and it's too narrow for you, of course, do it off to the side. About 5 seconds to go. All right, Jamba walk. We're going to do this just for 30 seconds this time. And if you want, you know there's a button on the Mr. Rebounder app that lets you mute the music. Okay, ski patrol. The knee 3. Knee 3. And we'll put it up on our Mr. Rebounder app. Now you can go down those moguls. It's a long ski slope. I don't know if anybody likes to go skiing, but this is awesome. Got a minute to go. And again, if you get tired, just do the baby bounce. You're gonna try this one, Brooklyn? It's good. "30 seconds to go. Try to keep up with him. "10 seconds. All right, hip rock, 30 seconds. That's a good aerobic movement there. Feel it in the calf muscle, building up the knees and the thighs. Jumbo walk. You can do this, Brookie. When you slow it down, it's different than the jumbo walk, but they're both very good. Knee problems are a big problem. I'll be 68 in October, and I have ripped up my meniscus several times. I've had no surgery. I've rebuilt and strengthened it on the Cellerciser, and for me, I've got it's a 4-inch lift on my truck. And when I'm in the truck bed, I'm working in the truck, I just leap over the side and down to the ground. And people look at me and they say, "How old are you?" I get that a lot. And it's like, I tell them what my age is. But we can strengthen our knees at any age. As we strengthen the supporting muscles and ligaments around the joint, we're able to retain better support and more fluid retention in the joint. And very often, those knee issues just slowly fade away. Okay, we're going to do this for about a minute. So again, we can tighten those areas we want to work on because we got the metabolism higher now. Yes? Anything? Okay. All right. And tighten and then release. And then tighten again. This really tones the body up. Cellercise offers so many benefits, and it's really fun to do. Okay. Sit and bounce. Ten seconds to go. Baby bounce. And then, for those who can do it, we're going to do the jumbo run. You say you should do the hardest ones first. Yeah, we do it last, so we really challenge what's left. We'll do this for a minute. If you can only go 30 seconds, that's great. Do 30 seconds and do the baby health bounce again. Okay, we're at the 30-second mark, halfway through. The jumbo run is the one that creates the greatest amount of heat, and it really is so intense. I've had a doctor tell me it could probably grow new capillaries. We've had women, Brooklyn's lost a lot of weight doing this one. Women who've got rid of their cellulite. They've written in as little as 2 to 3 weeks. Okay, a minute and a half of the whippy ski patrol. This is working the hips, the thighs, and both sides of the knee, the lateral knee. Now we're moving up and down. We're moving fluid up and down. The lymphatic system is pumping, and we're helping to increase that circulation between the bones and the joints, the vertebral joints in the back, the shoulders, the hips. Twenty seconds. Hope you're feeling good. Five seconds. Okay, you're done. That wasn't too bad. Do the health bounce, baby bounce. Prepare yourself to enjoy the rest of your evening without any stress or tension. Just relax. And as you're getting ready to wind down, just kind of relax your shoulders, your back, your buttocks, and just get more gentle. Just as if you had a baby over your shoulder and you were gently bouncing a baby up and down. Calms everything down. Again, thank you for being such a special part, for calling, for sharing your stories, for sharing with other people, and for the difference you make in the lives of those you care about. Yes?
What's the routine called on the app again?
Okay, the routine is going to be called Knees 3. So KNEES 3. I'll get it to our technicians tonight. So hopefully that will be there tomorrow.
Someone says they used to do 3 miles of walking and jogging every day, and they're wondering if this would be a good replacement.
Of course. Yeah, it is. It's a good replacement. And number one, as far as caloric burn, Dr. J, or Dr. What's his name? Published his findings showing it was burned calories 11 times faster than walking, 5 times faster than swimming, and 3 times faster than running. Anyway, Dr. Paul E. DeBoer published his findings in the Journal of Bariatric Physicians. So, yeah, you have G-forces, but you don't have the ballistic impact or jar. So you have benefits that you're not going to get from walking anyway. Not to take away from walking, walking's great. If you want to have a better time walking, Cellercise first, then go for a walk. See the difference. See how much you can enjoy it. Your body's been warmed up, circulation's been increased, and you've prepared your body. So,
which routines would be the best for walking and jogging replacement?
for walking and jogging replacement, okay, start off baby bounce, and then just jog and lift your knees up. And then do that for a while, and then go back to the gentle. You can do the walking if you want to. If you want to challenge yourself, you know, count a full minute and see how many times the right leg comes down in a minute. I like to challenge myself to do that. That's fun for me. And it's a lot faster than this. Of course, you're going to be going like, and you just keep doing that until you don't want to do that anymore. But that's a great aerobic activity. And you can also, one of the things you can do on a Cellerciser that you can't do on the ground is leverage your own body weight. So if you're jogging and you tilt backwards slightly, all of these muscles tense up. And with those muscles tense, as you come down, they're building and strengthening your core as well. So you're lifting your knees high, which also works the core, but now you tilt backwards slightly. You can only do that effectively on a Cellerciser. It gives you the support to do it. But it's just jogging and then tilt slightly. The whole time I'm tilted, those muscles are tight. So that gives you another variation benefit. And what's interesting is that when you alter the angle of your body and you exercise in an altered position, you also become strong in an altered position. And most people don't do that. They don't even know what that means. But you'll experience it because when you go to do something and have to catch yourself, it's easier for you than it might be for somebody else. Any other questions, Rick?
My former 3 miles took 45 minutes. How much time doing what to approximate that?
Well, if you like to do 45 minutes, do it on the Cellerciser and see how much more benefit you get. If you want to do it less, then again, according to that, at equivalent levels of oxygen uptake. In other words, you're working just as hard as you were when you're jogging. Then it was more efficient than just jogging alone. But again, it doesn't have the ballistic impact or the jar on the skeletal system that you would have jogging. If you like to jog, go ahead and jog. I believe it's best to Cellercise first to get the fluid and circulation and everything warmed up, tissue warmed up, everything expanding, contracting over 100 times a minute. Then go out and do your jogging. But when you're done, get back on the Cellerciser. Because the ballistic impact of jogging, and Dr. Morton Walker quoted Dr. J.E. Schmidt, a member of the American Medical Association, quoted, "Jogging can kill you," unquote. The ballistic impact is so jarring on the body accumulatively that you hear about joggers who've done it for a long period of time, what it's done to their knees, their hips, their back. And I suggest, okay, if you like to jog, great. When you're done, get on the Cellerciser, get that fluid back in between the bones and the joints. Do those different movements and get rid of that stress and that tension.
Someone said, I feel like my Cellerciser mat is a little loose. It has ripples. What do I do because it hurts my knees?
Oh, send me a picture. It's not normal for a mat at all. Mats don't stretch. So I'd like to see a picture of that mat and show it to me. You can send it to me at Cellercise, Cellercise at AOL.com. I have never, ever had a mat have ripples, and we use them all the time. Anything else?
Someone's asking for the time equivalents for jogging, like how they can transfer it.
We did that with Dr. Paul Edevor.
Okay.
Anything else?
How do you spell that?
Who? Paul Edevor?
Uh-huh.
Paule, and then Devore, Devore.
Okay.
Good. All right. Thank you all. Keep up the great work and keep being a difference in everybody's lives. I appreciate you. We'll see you in a couple weeks. Liberty, who does this every day, says she's going to help put together a routine for us in 2 weeks. So she's my 18-year-old who's getting ready to fly the nest for a while and go to college. So it'll be fun to have her input. Thanks again. Call if I can be of any help. And if you need to know the difference between a Cellerciser and any other piece of equipment, you can write to the Cellercise family. They'll let you know, or you can feel free to give me a call. Thank you, and be well.